Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to apply oil on your valves for the French horn. So make sure that we use a rotor oil. French horns have rotor valves, okay? And they're not the same as piston valves. So they're rotor valves, we use rotor oil, okay? Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to tilt the French horn. We're going to oil valve number 1, we're going to press valve number 1 down, and we're going to take out slide number 1. So that's how we're going to do it. Make sure you put it on a nice clean surface where you don't get any dirt or hair on it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press valve 1 down, and we're going to apply in each of these 2 little chambers. We're going to put 8 to 10 drops in each one. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure it lands straight in to the valve. Notice I'm pressing it down, pressing it in, and the oil should be going inside the valve at this time. And what we're going to do is we're going to push the slide back in while depressing the valve, and that's going to let the air push the oil into the valve further, and then we work it in. So then we do the same thing for valve number 2. Push out, push, release, slide number 2. Being a little troublesome. And then same thing. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. So still pressing it down. And then we push it back in. And there we go. Okay. Number 3 is the same thing. Same thing for number 3. Make sure you take it out. Leave it depressed. Drop 8 to 10 in each. Push it back in and then release. Work it in. And then for the trigger one is right here in the back. So what you're going to need to do is we're going to push down on the trigger. Release the slide. Slight rocking motion. Okay. And then we're going to get our rotor oil. If you notice, this tube connects directly into the trigger. We're going to go ahead and drop about, between 10 to 12. 8, 9, 10. There we go. Okay. And the oil, what you're going to want to do is tilt it a little bit so that the oil travels into the valve. And then get your tuning slide. Make sure your valve, your trigger is down, and then you push it in. And then again, tilt the horn so that the oil goes inside the valve. And that's it. That's how you put oil on your French horn valves.